Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. Before we get into today's video, remember that life is not happening to you, but happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. And you are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe about yourself, what you believe about different areas of your life, how that's causing you to show up, perceive, respond to the things around you. And if you want to create a change in these different areas of your life, it would be very wise to look at what you believe about yourself or what you believe specifically about that area of your life and adjust that so that you can change, which will then in turn change how other people are showing up, how things are showing up, what you attract in, and what you sustain in your life. Now, today, okay, I want to talk about something very simple, something that I talk about all the time, okay? I just feel like it needs to be reiterated. Yesterday, I put out a podcast. I put out two podcasts, actually, right? And one of the podcasts, I went over the importance of identity, who I am and how that creates. In the second podcast, I went over how when you shift in your identity, you tend to become less reactive. You tend to not view things as evidence of what you are able to create in your life. Let's talk about that a little bit more, okay? You are the one creating your life. Nobody is creating your life for you but you, which means you need to establish really good beliefs about yourself and really good beliefs about what you are able to create in your life. When we actually do that, okay, our external reality, how we choose to perceive it, is an instant manifestation of who we are being, what we believe about ourselves, our self-concept, right? And so instead of continually reacting to the things going on around us, because we're perceiving them as evidence of what is possible for ourselves and who we are and what happens in our life, okay? When we change in our identity, those things no longer serve as evidence of who you are or what you get to create in your life, which is why you become less reactive to them, non-reactive to them. You may find that you need to respond to some things just out of a place of self-love and self-respect and honoring yourself, okay? But at the end of the day, again, nobody is creating your life but you. So when are we going to stop letting everybody around us decide what is possible for ourselves? When are we going to stop letting challenges or no's or setbacks be perceived as final indications of what we're able to create in our life? And I'm going to use a very basic example right now, okay? When people go to school and they're studying a particular topic, and they're not able to solve a problem right away, okay? They're getting a lot of evidence that they can't solve it, they don't understand. You're not taught to just give up. You're not taught there's no solution. You're not taught you're not smart enough. You're not taught that this is evidence of who you are and what you're able to create. You're not able to solve this problem. So why is it when we're in these learning environments, okay, and we're getting rejections, we're getting no's, we're getting literal challenges and problems, okay, we can get a little bit frustrated, but then we understand there's a growth journey there and that there is a solution to this problem. Maybe I don't fully understand it yet, but if I keep telling myself, I don't understand, I can't do this, it's not possible, that's who I'm identifying as, and that's what I'm creating for myself. When the reality of the situation is there's a solution, and I need to do some internal adjusting and some internal growth to come into the awareness as to how to create that solution. So with anything in your life, just because it doesn't seem like there's a solution right now, just because you're getting no's, just because it doesn't look good, that does not mean that it can't change. That doesn't mean it can't change. That is not evidence that you are not able to get what you want. Just like how in that example that I just used right there, if we continue to react and say, oh, I'm just not smart enough, I can't do this, and we completely give up, that's going to be our experience. I'm not able to learn. I'm not able to find the answer. I'm not able to overcome this. Whereas somebody that goes in the direction of, no, I am smart enough. I'm able to overcome challenges. I understand. I trust my ability to learn. I trust that there is a solution. Okay. When they go in that direction and they don't take the setbacks or the challenges as evidence that they're not going to be able to learn, they create the solution, which means you have to be willing to stop looking at everything that is going on around you as evidence of what is possible for you and reacting to it. There are better ways that you can spend your time, right? So right now, for instance, okay, you're watching this video. If you are finding yourself spiraling all day long, I want you to pause for a moment and look up in your life. Are those circumstances present right now? Are they in front of you right now? No, they're not, right? Hopefully they're not, okay? Even if they are, okay, you still have a choice in how you choose to organize yourself. The solution is discipline, disciplining your mind, disciplining yourself, making the time to do nervous system regulation exercises, adopt good beliefs, and organize yourself in a new fashion, which means you're going to have to stop focusing on everything around you and seeing it as evidence of what is possible for yourself and continuing to react to it the same way and begin to adjust what's going on internally so that you can show up in a different way, respond to it differently, hold a knowing that is confident, and create that result. There's got to be a part of you that stops letting everything around you dictate what is possible for yourself. A no is not a big deal. A challenge is not a big deal. A setback is not a big deal. It is what you believe it to be. It is what you believe it to be. If you're going to see these things and then you're going to take that as evidence and sit here all day dwelling on it, upset about it, feeling defeated, okay, and then wonder why things aren't changing, I understand why some of that may be occurring. I understand that it may be intimidating, but that is a huge reason as to why things aren't changing. And you need to really look within yourself and ask yourself, what do I believe about myself for this area of my life where when I see this thing, it's serving as evidence of what is possible for myself? You can handle challenges with grace, okay? You can respond to them however you please, so long that you are identified as a version of yourself that doesn't even see it as a real challenge, that knows you're going to be able to overcome it, that isn't undervaluing yourself or over prioritizing others or catering to the needs of others before you're catering to the needs of yourself. You need to be able to be self-grounded and self-recognized and self-respecting and hold those really solid, strong beliefs about yourself and what you're able to create in your life. And if that requires a little bit of a growth journey with the people around you, maybe you're getting a no, maybe you're getting a rejection. You have no idea why, sometimes why that may be occurring. Maybe the people in your life are struggling and you're viewing that as evidence, as something that's wrong with you. And instead of pulling out of that reactionary state, okay, you're allowing yourself to stay there. The other option that you could do is realize, maybe I'm getting this no, or maybe these people aren't ready, or maybe these things are occurring because they're going through stuff. And I can be the change here, and I can create a growth environment if I desire to create a change in this area of my life that allows for me to grow and also creates the space for the people around me to grow, where I can lift the people up around me instead of being a cooperative component in this limited way of being, in this way of fear, doubt, and insecurity. I can be compassionate. I can see what's going on. I can honor what is important to me. I can decide what I want to create in my life and who I want to create that with. And I can also show up in a way where I'm not trying to force that result or make it happen. And I can allow for the people to grow around me as I grow. That's totally an option, okay? But in order to get there, you have to decide who you are. Who are you in this world? Who am I? What do I believe about myself? What do I believe about what I create in my life? And if I really believe those things, how am I showing up?